When we talk about birth injuries like HIE or cerebral palsy, the focus is usually on what happened during labor or what happened during delivery. But sometimes challenges for these families can start much earlier than that, I should say, and that is when they actually choose to pick the place that they want to do their delivery. Recently, I heard from a family whose baby suffered a serious injury at a birthing center, and what they found out is that that birthing center wasn't properly insured. When families found out after the fact that a facility didn't have enough insurance or they didn't carry enough coverage to cover major injuries, it can feel like that the family is just being let down again. So today what I want to do is I want to talk about why this matters and what families can do to avoid this situation in the first place. For some families, birthing centers offer a comforting home-like environment, but not all birthing centers are going to be created equally. And this is important if you are someone who is dealing with a high-risk pregnancy. One of the biggest risks at some centers is the lack of proper monitoring, like electronic fetal heart monitoring during labor. Without it, warning signs such as a sudden drop in your baby's heart rate may go unnoticed until it's too late. And when there's a lack of insurance or if the facility is underinsured, then if a major problem occurs, then the birthing center may not have enough resources to provide the care financially that your baby is going to need. Worse, if that injury results in a long-term challenges like those of an HIE brain injury or a CP injury, a facility without insurance may not have the financial means to be able to cover the cost of your child's care. For families, this means that you might face the unthinkable, trying to secure support for your baby and for their needs without anyone being able to financially help you with that. And that's not just frustrating, it can make it already challenging journey in some instances even more challenging. Now, I want to acknowledge that many families feel deeply connected to their birthing center, the one that they go ahead and they choose. You trusted the team, you believe that this was the right place for your baby's birth, and if something went wrong, it can be incredibly difficult to even question the decision making. You might feel like it's too late, or you may wonder if trying to find answers is really going to even change anything. But your baby's safety and future, it really does matter. And if you're pregnant now and you're considering a birthing center, there are some steps that I think that you can take to try to protect your family. And I'm going to list out some of the ones I think you should think about. The first thing is ask if the birthing center, if it actually carries liability insurance. And don't be afraid if you think that you need to ask for proof of that, of the liability coverage. Find out if they offer continuous electronic fetal heart monitoring during labor, especially if you have a high-risk pregnancy. Ask whether they have a formal transfer agreement with a nearby hospital in case an emergency arises. You may want to consider whether the center is truly prepared for high-risk situations or are they just winging it and hoping that nothing will go wrong. I know these types of conversations, that they're not easy. You may feel hesitant to ask these types of questions or to dig deeper into the birthing center's insurance issues, but taking these steps now could save you and your baby from even more pain down the road if an emergency does occur. If your family has already gone through a birth injury at a birthing center, I know that this can feel like an uphill battle for you, and I'm not here to push you into one way or the other. I just want you to understand the risks and to make the best decision that you can for your family based on the information that you discover. Again, I'm Marcus Boston. Thanks for watching today. Have a great afternoon, everybody.